Imagine a world where the scorching heat waves that ravage communities could be traced back to the boardrooms of the fossil fuel giants. A groundbreaking study has done exactly that, linking emissions from the planet's largest oil and gas companies to over 50 extreme heat events that would have been virtually impossible without their pollution. This revelation isn't just shocking, it's a potential game changer in the fight to hold these corporations accountable for their role in the climate crisis. Let's break this down. Researchers analyzed the emissions of 14 of the biggest fossil fuel players, including ExxonMobil and Saudi Aramco. That's the kind of detail that makes climate science personal, right? But here's where it gets controversial. This study doesn't just point fingers, it builds a legal case. By using a method called attribution analysis, scientists compared today's climate to a pre-industrial baseline, showing how human-caused emissions have turbocharged heat waves. The results? Over 213 major heat waves between 2000 and 2023 were made 200 times more likely due to the climate crisis, with fossil fuel companies responsible for about half the increase in their intensity. And this isn't just about statistics. Real people are dying. The World Health Organization estimates at least 500,000 heat-related deaths annually, a number that's climbing as the planet warms. And this is the part most people miss. The legal implications are seismic. For the first time, scientists have provided concrete evidence that could help courts assign liability to specific companies. This study connects the dots between climate disasters and the corporations that made them possible, says Dr. Davide Ferranda of the French National Center for Scientific Research. But here's the catch. No polluter has been held accountable yet. Legal experts like Professor Michael Gerard from Columbia University highlight hurdles. Should courts in one country hear cases against companies in another? Are fossil fuel producers responsible for emissions from their customers? These questions linger, even as international courts begin to take notice. In 2025, the International Court of Justice ruled that failing to prevent climate harm could require compensation, while a German court set a precedent by allowing lawsuits against fossil fuel giants. Do you believe these corporations should be held legally responsible for the climate crises they've helped create? That's the big question this study raises. For activists like Cassidy DePaula of the Make Polluters Pay campaign, the answer is clear. We can now point to specific heat waves and say, Saudi Aramco did this, ExxonMobil did this. The study's lead author, Dr. Jan Quilcai, adds that the average intensity of heat waves has risen from 1.4 degrees Celsius in 2009 to 2.2 degrees Celsius in 2020 to 23, a trend that's accelerating. Even smaller carbon majors on the list contributed to 16 heat waves becoming 10,000 times more likely, proving no one is off the hook. But challenges remain. Data gaps in regions like Africa and South America mean the study might undercount the true scale of the crisis. Dr. Friederike Otto of Imperial College London warns, the real consequences are probably far greater. Meanwhile, fossil fuel companies continue to deny responsibility, despite knowing since the 1980s that their products would drive global heating. As Dr. Karsten Hallstein of the University of Leipzig notes, denial and anti-science rhetoric won't make climate liability go away. So where does this leave us? The study, published in Nature, is a critical step forward, but the road to justice is still rocky. As Professor Sonia Seneviratne says, this could be the foundation for future lawsuits. But until courts resolve complex legal questions, the fight for accountability will remain a marathon, not a sprint. What's your take? Should corporations face the same legal scrutiny as individuals for their role in climate disasters? Share your thoughts below. We're all in this together.